The upcoming unification match for the flyweight division, the IBF and WBO unification between Jesse "Bam" Rodriguez and Sonny Edwards, will be December 16th. Let's talk about this showdown between two champions in one of the nicest matchups of 2023. As we flow into the later portion of 2023, boxing continues to deliver us great matchups, unification bouts between titleists who should be facing off against one another. In a bout that's coming up that is tagged "Who Will Be King," Jesse Rodriguez will put his WBO title on the line against IBF World Flyweight Champion Sonny Edwards from the UK. This will be in Glendale, Arizona, and the winner of this fight can go into 2024 looking to become undisputed. As these two are primed to face one another, there is excitement because you're bringing two different types of fighters, as Rodriguez comes in 18-0 with 11 KOs against Edwards' record of 20-0 and 4 KOs. The styles of these two combatants are quite different. The makeup of these two men is quite different. When I say that, I'm talking about their disposition, their personality traits and characteristics, where you could see Rodriguez is a little bit more subdued and a guy who's reserved, while Sonny Edwards is the opposite. He's outgoing, engaging, somewhat flamboyant, reminiscent of talent in the sport of boxing from days gone by. Also, when you look at the abilities that these two men bring into the ring, you have to consider also what they have, as Edwards comes in as a cutie. He's a quick-footed boxer. He's 27 years of age, and he's an orthodox fighter. He stands 5'3" with a 60-inch reach. Flamboyancy translates into his style in the ring as well. He's noted to move around, to mock his opponents. He's very confident in his abilities and what he brings to the ring. And he can flat out box as well. If he weren't as flamboyant, you might not take note. But what to take note is his ability. He's a good boxer. Quite the contrast to who he'll face on the 16th of December in Jesse Rodriguez, a fighter who has shown himself to be quite the busy, technical, and mid-range competitor. He loves to put his punches together. He loves to be fierce in his competitiveness. He's a southpaw. He's 23 years of age, and he's 5'4", with a 67-inch reach. Rodriguez has been a guy who has moved up in pound-for-pound considerations with everything he's been able to do, particularly going back to June of 2022 when he upset Saur Ringwenside in a fight that many people didn't think he might be experienced enough to win. As we get closer to the date of this fight, Edwards' confidence booming. He's looking to come to the States to take over. And with that, he'll be bringing a fighter who has natural movement. I mean, he's probably a good dancer because he's athletic like that. His footwork is pretty good. He's a fighter that is very tough to nail. And though he's an orthodox fighter, he can and has shown a propensity to change and switch from orthodox to southpaw himself. Sometimes on the move, sometimes tactically, sometimes just to change things up because he may be getting bored. But he needs to remain focused when he's in there with Rodriguez, who is a very serious fighter and approaches his matches with a tunnel vision type focus. Rodriguez is known to battle people and be extremely accurate with the punching power that he brings. His technical proficiency out of the southpaw position sees him with good balance. He doesn't reach, he doesn't overshoot shots. He usually negotiates distance very well. From inside to mid-range, he's very dangerous as a fighter. His punches are placed very well, and he follows shots up with combination. He will get out of the danger zone too. He won't wait for receipts. He'll step around, and he's done this against pretty much every opponent that he has faced. So when we look at what the strengths and weaknesses are, one glaring situation for Sonny Edwards is he really lacks power. Now he can set down on his shots and he can go for it and dig, but the lack of punching power is something that is going to be a problem for him eventually, because if someone's able to cut the ring off and force him into defending himself, as he has been known sometimes to back near the ropes and make fighters throw shots so he can be elusive and make them miss. But if the shots are landing, he's got to battle himself out of that position. And that's not a strength of his to keep people off. So he's going to have to look to score and win with points. Rodriguez's advantage here is his reach may make the difference in this fight. A 7-inch reach advantage for Rodriguez over Sonny Edwards, which really means he doesn't have to be from mid to inside where his greatest strengths are. I'm certain his coach and trainer, Robert Garcia, is going to have him prepare to box at range, at distance, and use the jab and work behind that. Everything coming off of the jab to be effective, to control what Edwards may want to do, including the movement that Edwards may be trying to display. All in all, I see this as being a competitive fight, and Sonny Edwards' confidence coming in is something that shouldn't be overlooked, because a fighter like himself who's athletic can cause technical proficient fighters like Rodriguez issues from time to time. And though Edwards is 27, he's approaching a prime. And though the punching power is not necessarily there in Edwards' favor, ring smarts and guile might put Rodriguez at a disadvantage. This is one of those fights where sometimes the physical attributes and the physical capabilities may not necessarily be where the needle on the scale tilts. All in all, Rodriguez is a very good fighter. and as I stated, had bounded onto pound for pound lists over the past 1.5 to 2 years. And he has shown tremendous strides. I had heard rumors about he having suffered an injury, like a possible broken jaw or fractured jaw or something like that. And if that is the case, the time that it requires to be able to come back from that, sometimes it can be a detriment to a fighter to hold him up from performing at his best. This fight is close, but Rodriguez is favored, as he should be. But you know what? I'm gonna go for the upset this time around. I think Sonny Edwards may prevail. But what do you think? This is Stormy B-Man. Shout out to the mighty LDBC and Liberated Perspective, the third eye view of the world. For more content such as this, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Let me know what your thoughts are with Rodriguez versus Edwards. Peace to everyone out there. Everyone, please remain safe.